was King Diamondstein, and the whole night they were chirping him, "Oh, King Diamondstein, King Diamondstein," and they didn't really hit him so well, but they did enough to beat him 5-0. So it was a little bit of an embarrassment for the Five Towns guys, and I had to take it on the chin as I was there. But it was a super successful night overall. We're so excited, and we have two softball amateurs, and Jack Ross and Owen Aaron on the pod. So I don't know how beneficial it'll be to
Yeah.
talk softball, but they do have a claim to fame when it comes to basketball.
Did
Basketball, I
you
would
say
say, is their.
amateurs?
I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah, I'm saying softball. I wouldn't say
It's
they're
not
necessarily.
it's not only with the spelling, it's the pronunciation also. Now we know at least it's consistent.
Dave, I don't know how you still know how to speak English after spending every day, Avi, chewing off your ear for hours on end. You're a good friend. You're a good
There was a
friend.
lot. There was a lot that went on here in South Florida last night, so I'm very. I have a lot going on in my brain, but this is a very special podcast to have Jack and Noah on together. It's very hush for us, especially in the softball space for sure, but in the basketball space to have these players been playing together for 27 years. It seems like, to have them on the
Both haven't been alive
podcast.
for 27 years yet.
Well, how long has it been for real? Like 8 years, 9 years? How long have you guys been playing together
Like
for?
15, 16 years.
And
All
Noah
right, so
Noah
let's-
was in fifth grade, and I was in sixth grade the first time we.
And now Jack and Noah are trying to bring a championship to the Fly Vipers in basketball. So, anyways, Dave, sorry for all the spewing. I'm just like my head is like in a million different places right now with everything going on. Our South Florida players chat is like blowing up here.
Avi's very excited. I don't know if I've ever seen Avi this excited. We were supposed to start 15 minutes ago, but Avi just wouldn't stop talking. So Avi's very excited. I haven't seen him this excited in a long time. I don't know if it's the palm trees or the pool behind him or the players or
Avi's
discovering.
going to be moving to Florida in 2 weeks.
He's
That's it.
gonna
He's
move to
done with
Florida.
New York. He's working on Florida time now.
Yes, I am.
Apparently, he discovered the Florida Moshe Zin last night, which
I forget his name.
Getting him so excited.
He wants to come on the
Um,
podcast also, by the way. A lot of these guys are one guy in specific apparently has like the most. He's like the I don't know if you call him. I don't know if Jack Ross is. He's like the Matt Rosenberg in terms of just strict power. Apparently, he's a crazy amount of power. He didn't play. He was hurt last night. He was talking to me, and like he was literally telling me my whole life story because he watches every second of the podcast. It made me feel so special. Like when we did the South Florida podcast, we introduced it. He was like telling me, he was quoting everything I was telling back to him.
Avi,
You
maybe
guys
we
are
could do another podcast after this where you talk about last night, but for now, let's talk about Jack and Noah.
Fine.
Dave,
People
you could
really
even
know
just
how
let
to
him
get
do it.
Avi
Just let
going.
him do a walk and talk at least. This way you don't. We could get going with the day. And Avi
gonna
can
be
talk for
walks and
however long
talks.
he wants, and anybody can watch it, whoever they want. You don't have to.
Guys
save
really
some
know how to get
hours
Avi's
to
ego
day.
fast.
going.
What do you say, Noah?
Said guys really know how to get Avi's ego going. You just gotta-
Yes, it felt really good. Dude, we almost have 200 views in that podcast, the South Florida one. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, well, we got Jack and Noah here. Jack and Noah have a very special bond. Jack was on the podcast about a year and a half ago, I think, before Noah was playing in anything HSL. And we invited Jack to come on, and he said, I don't make a move without Noah Aaron. He said, I don't even go to the bathroom without talking to Noah first. I can't come on the podcast without him. So we invited Noah on, and now we're learning that they played. So you guys have been playing. So just for those in the audience who don't know them, Jack is a extremely talented center fielder for the Bombers Sunday mornings, who I think should be number one in the power rankings in the spring. But that's another story for another day.
Jack is better.
That's absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay, I have a sheet about that. Noah plays center. Wait, you were playing center for Avi's squad, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Why, unfortunately?
You get the pitcher who chews off your ear the entire time. Nobody wants that.
From what I understand, Steve Pollen isn't a picnic either.
If you make
No,
the
but Cal,
plays, then
but-
you don't have to worry about it.
And
what
There's
you
then,
say?
nothing better, and Jack can relate to this, as a center fielder, when the pitcher tells you to come in and the guy just hits a nuke over your head. There is no better feeling than that happening.
Which, by the way, is very true, which is why I try to always, when I tell outfielders to come in, I say, if they hit it over your head, it's on me. I almost always comment that. I try to at
but
least.
there are also
because-
times I call Avi after a game and I say, I heard you lost 4-1. He said, I didn't lose, my fielders lost.
You got to keep, Dave, you got to keep it real sometimes,
Okay, fine. So, and then in the night league, Noah, you play for Ash's team, right? Amnon's.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday night playing for the Kiddish Clubbers, which I think needs a little bit of revitalization after going one and
Yeah,
they need some. No, you do so much winning in the other leagues.
they need a
keeps,
lot of love in that league.
it keeps you humble. And then Jack, I don't know the Monday Night League so well. So Jack, you play on which
Glenn.
squad? You play with Glenn. Okay. Separately behind the scenes, there's a sweepstakes going on for Jonas and Lowe.
Actually, after this tournament, I would say that Jack Ross plays with Yehuda Koenig more than Glenn.
Ooh, wow. And then
I mean,
basketball.
Listen,
yeah.
I would say it's either Koenig or Kaufman or Ezzy. I know like Glenn is the guy. Everyone wants to hear Glenn, and I love playing with Glenn, but I would say like I would go with whoever's team it is, Ezzy or Koenig or whoever's running it,
Who is running it? Who does run the team?
If I had to put a name on it, I'd say Ezzy at this point.
Oh, Ezzy's running it. Okay.
Yeah.
He's making sure you got the guys. And what's the name of the team?
Smacking.
Oh, that's Smacking Pitches.
Well, not for much longer.
So my understanding of that league is that
Not for much longer. Not for much longer.
My understanding of that league is that nobody.
The only name that's going to survive there is I'm North Kosher Pizza.
Oh, interesting. Nobody can really survive. Nobody can really play in that league besides that. I mean, whatever. I'm saying it sounds like they cakewalk to the championship the last couple of years, or
Our
Yeah,
team,
basically.
we're a very good team.
Yeah,
it's a
basically.
very good team. It's a super team. All right, so that's softball. But these gents are not here to talk about softball. Maybe we will.
Wait, Dave, but you
Yeah.
forgot Wednesday night also playing with the Jubal Cult Suicide Squad.
Of course. Oh my God, I can't. That's
I
actually
mean,
my favorite.
don't
team.
you really want to be in that, and you don't even mention it on
That's the shot.
Right.
I'm so.
Is
I'm so
Benji watching
envious.
this live right
I'm
now?
so envious that
Right, you
that
just
I'm
got to
not-
learn what IJWT is, and then maybe you'll be.
What the hell is IJWT? Who's Benji? No, which
Benji Horowitz.
Oh, Benji
Benji?
Horowitz.
The
Why, did he
snub
say
shortstop
something?
for unknowns?
Why? What did he say?
No, he just texted me. He's like, I see you're on the podcast.
Okay. Benji's a real good guy. Yeah, the
Also,
Suicide
our
Squad.
captain for Gordon Companies in the tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, I felt bad for Benji a little bit. He really Benji was thrown to the dungeon when it came to the draft, and he came out with the unbelievably, well picked team, and then
Benji did a phenomenal job.
did everything
Benji-
perfect until the
Benji-
championship.
So why do you feel
I
bad for him? He made it all the way to the championship.
Yeah, I know.
And
Yeah,
And there's a nice highlight of him getting a ground ball to shortstop RBI.
I guess so. No, he was thrown into the
Avi,
dungeon. He
talking
was
to me and Gottlieb, we struggled to get one win in the regular seeding, in the seeding games. And you got to say, I feel bad for the guy that went 5-0. Yeah, okay, you didn't win the championship, but
at least
I see we have a lot to get to because we could also talk about the tournament. Let's start with basketball, though, because we got to give basketball some love.
And I feel like this
So-
is supposed to be a basketball podcast. Too.
Yeah, so Noah was on the Fly Vipers last year. Fly Vipers really strong. Lost in the semifinals to who? To Olam?
No, I lost in the championship. No, semifinals,
No,
right?
Semis in the
Maybe.
winter season.
When they beat Wasser, didn't they beat
they
Wasser?
beat
They beat
Wasser
Wasser.
in the
We beat.
semis.
Wow,
I think they lost in the championship though.
No, they didn't. They
don't
didn't. They
think so?
didn't. No. Wait, what happened? Now my brain's dying out. They beat Wasser in what? Was it the quarterfinals? Wasser got knocked out in last year. I think it was the quarterfinals.
You're the
And they lost in the
commissioner.
semis. Yeah, and they lost in the semis to Olam.
So who
So, anyway,
who lost in the
it-
championship?
So
I think Jules by DK.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
Yoni
you're right.
Miller's
Sampson.
squad. Yoni Sampson's squad. Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway, in the off season, I'm talking to Dylan, asking if he's running it back, and he says yes, and I'm adding a surprise player. And I say, who? He's like, do you know Jack Ross? I say, yes, I do. So it was very exciting news, and Jack is, from what I understand, a superior center to Noah, and has really
Jack's a much
taken
better player.
much better player, has really taken the team to the next level. Now you guys are the team to beat, according to Avi in the HSL fall basketball.
So I want to actually chime in there because through the walk and talks and the power rankings, we're always the team to beat. But I think I show up in the gym whether we play on a Thursday or Sunday, and we're always a double-digit underdog somehow. So I don't really know how one goes with the other. Like I show up in the gym on Sunday night, and Avi's like, "Oh, you guys are about to get smoked by Olam. Like they're gonna go up quick." they're gonna take like a 10-15 point lead, and you guys are never gonna be able to recover. I guess to his credit, they did go up 17, but we recovered. And not only did we cover the spread, we covered the money line. So I mean, people would have made a lot of money on Sunday night.
The answer, by the way, yeah.
Players.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Noah. What were you saying?
I said, and we were missing players. I don't think.
Well, that's your answer. That's your answer. The reason why every time you guys walk into the gym and I say you're underdogs is because Dylan Kaufman, I think, only brought his full squad once. And when you did bring your full squad, I did make it very clear that I think you guys would have my double digits against Wasser's squad, Rise to Fly, who was missing 2 important players. However, with your full squad in the building, including Mr. Sharif or Sharifian, whatever you pronounce his last name, I do think Fly Vipers are double-digit championship favorites. However, without Sharif or Sharifian, I do think they're still favorites, but I think that there are 3 or 4 teams out there that are extremely, just my take, that will give them an extreme tough time in the championship game, theoretically. Just my humble take. But that answers your question as to why I always tell Jack Ross they're going to lose, because they always come without half their team every game.
But it's funny because you'd think like, okay, so if we don't come with half of our team, so we're gonna lose by 10 points because we have 3 guys. Like, no, we have plenty of guys that we know, that we're friends with, that we bring down good players. Like, we're not like I told you, when we asked to change the game,
you aware
to
Jack
change
Ross
the game
brought down
was like
Jack...
we're not gonna. I'd rather not come with just 5 random guys that I found in errands on Sunday afternoon to play a game. I'd rather bring you down quality guys if we want to talk about quality competition in the league. We always want to bring a quality team every week, every time we play. So when we're talking about replacements, we could obviously bring 5 guys. That's not the issue. But we want to bring you a reputable team every week so that the league can continue to look at a higher level.
I wasn't aware Jack Ross
Thank you,
bringing
Jack.
down a Yeshiva League legend and coach of North Shore to save the Fly Vipers last game. Noah, did you know about this? Were you aware about this Jack
He was
Ross?
my coach. Love Shalom.
Just Jack Ross Ringer, they call him. It's funny. He was pretty quiet during the game, and he didn't play someone. He played like a decent amount, but then in overtime, all of a sudden, the guy just did whatever he wanted, and he made it look
has
so
an
easy.
Unbelievable basketball mind. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable basketball mind.
and the guy
he didn't do nothing, by the way. He had 15 points in the game, so like it's not
Yeah, no,
like
no,
he had
I don't mean
20. He had
nothing.
20. He had 2 buckets in overtime that were obviously very big, very timely baskets. But like it's not like he didn't do anything. He still had 15 points. I think he probably
Right.
was our leading scorer even before overtime.
I don't mean nothing.
He was
I meant it's not.
he was one of the
I meant
best coaches I've ever been around.
There was no razzle dazzle, but like
Right.
when you bring a guy down to these games, and it's something that we talk about after the games often, Avi. But like if you bring down 5 quality guys that grew up playing organized basketball, know where to be, where to cut, whatever the case might be, you may not get that highlight every week, but you're going to get a good result at the end of the day.
You're not gonna get that Pacey Jacoby catching the ball 3 feet on one side of the basket and finishing on the other side of the basket.
I didn't know he was so athletic, by the way. I didn't realize that.
It's something funny because in our chat, I feel like Ibrahimi or Ibrahimi always takes a lot of crap from all the other players in the chat. And it's because his sole focus is to be like, yeah, I threw up this shot from half court and I won the game on it. And everybody else is sitting there like, okay, congratulations. We'll give you that shot every single time because, it's just it's a great highlight. It's great for the status. But if you have guys that are just pulling up from 12 feet or even 5 feet behind the 3-point line, it's something even during the game you'll see us telling him is like, no, we know you're a great shooter, but like stop pulling up from 6 feet behind the line because if you can just take up, go 5 feet closer, it counts for the same amount of points and there's a lot greater chance that you hit that shot.
Yep.
So you guys are setting up for good opportunities. What do you feel about Olam? How do they handle that?
I mean, I think they were a very good team. Apparently, they were missing one of their big guys, which I can't speak. I never played against them, to be honest.
Biggest in the league.
They were a good team. Obviously, we came out slow and had to fight back the whole way, but back and forth game. I think very quality team. I don't know if we'll be play. I don't know if we're going to be playing them or Silver Key in the championship.
Oh, I can't wait to get to Silver Key. But specifically on that nuance that you were talking about of like where you're sort of have a process in place to ensure a good result doesn't always look so sexy necessarily.
I mean, I think a lot of the teams in this league they like to shoot, and so.
But Jack,
we have come into games and we've gotten. I mean, we went down 17 against them. I think Silver Key we went down by 13, and it's because they're going to shoot threes the whole game, whether they're going in or not. They go in early and like we go down big, but like we still commit to our game and how we want to play and with the players that we have to, make that comeback. Where like if they're up 17, they're still just chucking no matter what.
But that's how the game has changed as a whole in general. Let's say over the last 10 years, how people like you have like Wemby, you have these guys who are 7 feet tall and they're pulling up from 5 feet behind the line because it's a shooting game now, and you see the difference. Let's say a team like us, which is a much bigger team, we can still play with a team that's going to be shooting the lights out because the basics are still there. You could be up 15, but if you're missing every shot and they're not quality shots and you have a team who's just going to pound it inside and score good baskets and easy baskets, it'll balance out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I would actually like to know a little bit about this one guy on your team. Obviously, Sharifian, Sharif, everyone knows about him, legend from Brooklyn. Zabrowski, right? He played for you guys somewhat regularly last year, and then he subbed in the fall last year. The guy is unbelievable. He's a bucket. Where did he come from? Who's the connection to him? Who knows him?
By the way, just before we get into it, he actually coaches now at North Shore with Shalom. So we're all connected to Shalom. It's not just one ringer. We
So one second, so wait,
4 or
how
5
do
guys
all
on
you
the team
guys
know.
How do you guys all know this
Shalom was
coaching
mine and
legend,
Jack's
Shalom?
coach in Raleigh.
Yeah, Shalom, he coached at Rambam when we were in high school, and then I coached with him when I was out of high school. I was his assistant coach, which Ibrahimi is a couple years younger, so he was in Rambam.
Jack and
so
Noah, are
he
you
was
the
the coach
same
there.
age?
We're the same age. Jack's a grade older.
Okay, got it. So how many years did you play on the Rambam team together for?
2.
2. And then we played at
And-
YCQ for 2 years together also, because they do 5th and 6th and then 7th and 8th. So
Oh, I totally forgot. Speaking of YCQ, I was flipping through the newspaper last Shabbos, and I see they're
big
honoring.
dinner.
Yeah, they're
Jack's
honoring the
team, they won.
basketball club. What?
That's Jack's team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
we
see
won,
Jack Ross's
15
name
years
in the
ago.
Newspaper.
Yeah, 15 years ago. Little fat chubby kid at the end of the bench. But
Were you actually? It's hard to imagine.
actually,
Jack was a cute kid.
Oh, yeah.
Jack
He's
was
still
one
a
of
cute
those
kid.
kids
He's still
that,
a
like-
cute kid.
I always
Jack-
had a nice body for a box out, a little
No,
layup
Jack
in
was
front.
also
You
one
could
of those kids like you see, like, oh, Rabbi touches, like that was Jack, like that.
Little controversy. Wait, so Noah, where were you playing elementary school?
I was in YCQ, but I was a grade down. Jack was in 7th grade when they won.
Wait, why were you in YCQ? You were living in Queens?
I grew up in Forest Hills.
It's a great basketball program there. Me and Noah went
You were recruited.
exclusively
You were recruited.
for
You were living in Forest. How long did you live in Forest Hills until Noah?
Till 2nd or 3rd grade, I think.
So then you kept going. So then you kept going to YCQ.
Yeah, YCQ when I was there, I want to say they had like 4 Jack. Like I think it was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, there was like 2 big buses and then like 2 vans maybe
There
that
was-
came from the 5 towns. Like there was a decent.
because
Yeah.
at that time Hal was still in Long Beach, so it was not equidistant, but like
Got it.
you can get picked up roughly the same time.
Okay, got it. Oh, interesting. But you have to grapple with the Van Wyck though if you're going from.
No, but when you're a kid in school, you love that. Because you were watching the time. You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna get there late. We still have to dive in. We still gotta eat breakfast. We show up in class, 10 o'clock instead of like, the Queens kids, they would get there on time, and you gotta go to class early. You'd milk
like,
that.
Oh, you guys have to go dive in now, and then you have to have breakfast. And next thing you know, it's lunchtime.
Got it. Okay, so you guys, started playing together in 5th, 6th grade or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that was an inter school team at YCQ. You were playing
So,
other schools at that
Some
age.
schools do, yeah. So that's just like the regular middle school league.
League.
Most
I
schools
didn't
have
realize
like
it
a
starts
6th
that
grade
young.
team and then a 7th grade team and then an 8th grade team. But at YCQ, they just have 2 teams. So they just have like 5th and 6th play together in the 6th grade league. And then 7th and 8th graders play together in the 8th grade league.
Got it. So, okay, so you guys were a year apart. So that meant you played together.
Like when I was.
So
When
weren't
I was
always-
in 6th grade and Noah was in 5th grade. And then when I was in 8th grade and 7th grade, same thing as high school would be, right? So then when I was in
Okay.
10th grade and he was in
Got
9th
it.
grade. And 12th.
And did you guys have great chemistry from the beginning?
Yeah, obviously it was a match made in heaven, That's why I ask her about every move I make every day.
So, so actually, I'm actually curious. So, how did the recruitment of Jack go in the off season, Noah?
I just said, come play.
I think it was one text message, maybe.
And that was it. It was
don't
one
even
text
know.
message, and you were in.
Well, Dave, it was pretty easy.
Wait,
It was
but-
pretty easy.
I said, I think I said, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna play if you're not playing. I think that's.
But where was Dylan in this process? You just told Dylan I'm going to get a guy.
I told Dylan, I said, just I'm getting Jack to play.
There was actually one stipulation, which was like, I wanted to cut down the roster size because like
Dylan brings a Miguel.
I don't, not that I don't like playing with the whole team, but like when you bring 8 or 9 guys down to a 30-minute, like I'm there to play the whole game. I'm not there to like just come and then sit on the bench and do this and that. And so like I was like, but you guys bring like, a full varsity squad to every game. So like I don't
would say
know like
that's the
how the
biggest
rotation
weakness.
is going to
No,
work. But
honestly, for the playoffs, that's the biggest weakness. If Dylan, I mean, I think they're
It's a
going
huge
to be after.
It's
What?
a huge weakness. It's a huge weakness in a tight game where you have guys who want to play.
Yeah.
And it's a tough. As I would not want to captain that. I actually hate being captain for that reason.
You guys
Because-
officially have 9 regulars, right? 8 or 9
it's like
regulars.
it's a very tough thing to navigate.
which game was it? There was one game where we brought down, I want to say
9?
8 guys, 7 or 8 guys, and Ibrahimi was
Sure,
on the
8.
bench for like 60% of the game, but it was like
That was versus I think that was versus
that was Wasser, yeah, because I mean we
Yeah.
were playing well, right? Yeah, because I think we were playing well, and we obviously were playing for a win, and so like
Yeah.
it is a hard situation, when you come to these leagues, like everybody's on the team, everyone usually
I was
pays
actually
their
asking-
share, and you're happy like to split the
Yeah.
time, but at the end of the day, like there's still a competitive element to it where you're going for a win, so you got to put the best 5 guys on the court at certain points of the game, as
Yeah.
much as it would make other people
So
disappointed.
I was curious about that when I was talking to Jeffrey the other day. You guys both want to play all 34 minutes. Is there any benefit to sitting for 2-3
35.
minutes?
Don't jip us out here,
35,
Dave.
sorry, 35,
Right,
35
because
minutes.
of the genius in the league to put
30
30
seconds?
seconds on a
Who
clock.
puts
Like,
30
in what
seconds
sport
on?
do we start with 30 seconds on the clock? Like, could just do 17, 18. No, let's do 17, 30.
Nope,
That's
17:30, the perfect
Oh,
in
that's
between.
funny. Why? Yeah, that's actually a good point. Why the
It's
Right,
so
but-
Avi-
stupid.
It was 16 last year, and then there are a lot of people who were complaining it wasn't enough time. So I wanted to give them more time, but I didn't want to make the games go too long. So I did 17 and a half as a fair in
Add
between.
30 seconds, make it 18.
A minute, 18, but then again, it might go too long.
Do you want to get into
No, but you could do 17 for the first half.
Nah, I can't go different times for each half. Could you? That's not. I don't think that's probably worse than doing 17 and a half for
You
each.
put 30 seconds.
By
in
the way,
there,
I don't think people would even
World,
realize if
30
you put
seconds on the
17 on the
clock.
first half and 18 on the second. I don't think anybody would even realize.
But on the flip side, what's bad about 17 and a half other than it looks awkward?
We just,
Is there any-
yeah, it looks awkward.
It looks awkward. Okay. Got it. Okay, so Noah.
I wanted to know about Zabrowski, Dave.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go
Yeah,
into
fine,
Go
Zabrowski.
ahead. But I didn't get the answer. So was Dylan involved in the recruitment at all, or was all you, Noah?
No, I don't. Did Dylan text you?
Did Dylan know who you were?
Jack's not
Is
commenting.
this a question for me?
No, I was just curious how it happened. I'm just
No.
looking into the
To
dynamics
come
of
to
the
their
team.
team was
Noah,
to
do you have
talk with.
carte blanche to do whatever you want? You just called Dylan one day. You said I got another guy, but that meant there's a little bit of
No, at the end of last season, I was like, let's bring Jack on.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
shake it
I'm not
Okay,
going to comment on
And
the
then you
top
took care-
5, all stars, but like
gonna
if
get
someone,
there. We're
if,
gonna
if you're
get
if you're on
there.
the if you're on the block, then why wouldn't someone try and go get you, right?
By
I
the
didn't
way,
get texts
side
from other
note-
teams.
Side note, speaking, that's okay. Do you play football? Do you guys play football?
I never made the cut for the Jew ball.
You never made the cut. Apparently, anybody's allowed to play. I'm learning.
Man, I don't actually care. I usually play pickup, but not like.
Usually play pickup. Because I was schmoozing with Adam Hoffman. He excelled in 3 sports. He said, though, he's turning into this old guy that's like talking about his heroics. He's like, I didn't think I'd be here where I'm talking about my heroics. You guys excel in 2 sports. So it's pretty unusual. Having people excelling in 2 sports is unusual. Having people excel in 3 sports, I think, is even more unusual. I don't know how many people there are out there like that. But that's a side note.
There may or may not be a big debate on if Adam is a better quarterback than anybody in Jubal, though.
Is
Adam
that
If
made
you
a
get in the
comment-
chat, you could go find out. I played with
Adam-
Adam for a couple of years in the Croton football.
How do you get
Adam's
into the
throwing out.
chat?
Adam's throwing out crumbs that he might bring a team to the Gridiron Gauntlet this season.
I'll
Love
see
to
it when I
what he's
believe
going
it.
with.
Adam, he's the busiest
Yes,
man in
yes,
the
to
world.
see. Yeah, we played a couple of years in when
Depends if Chewy's available.
Croton switched we used to play in Brooklyn at the Aviator. I played a couple seasons there, football,
What
and
position did you
then
play, Jack? What position were you?
I played receiver and safety.
Oh, nice.
So we played a couple seasons there. I wasn't playing with Adam. Adam, I don't think brought down the team there anymore. So I was playing with some like some of the Jubal guys, and then they came to Hewlett to Bay Park. Actually, they played first before Lynbrook. Now, before Greece, so I played there for two or three seasons with him and Shuey. It was fun, but those games are at like, no joke, like 11 o'clock at night. Like I had enough of that after.
Sounds like softball
Oh, so-
starting at 10 o'clock.
Listen, at least basketball's inside, like 11 o'clock at night in January it's not pleasant.
Oh, so Jack, so you're a real Jubal guy. I should have realized because you're on Suicide Squad. Okay.
Jack's been playing.
I'm a retired Jubal guy, but I'm still in the chat. I get tagged every once in a while.
In for both.
Yeah.
I spent like an hour and a half on the website last week. Very it's such a culture. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
The whole thing
They
fascinates
keep
me.
stats and everything, right?
Yeah. All right. So back to basketball. So where were you? You wanted to talk about Mr. Zabrowski. Okay. So Noah recruits Jack that takes you guys to the next level. What do we have to talk about with Zabrowski, Avi? What did you want to know?
I want to know where he came from. Who is it? I mean, again, last year he was good. I'm watching this year. The guy looks like he's a bucket. He's a really, really talented player. For some reason, I haven't noticed it before this year. I don't know. It could be because the team overall is better now, so he could do more of what he usually does. Where did he come from? Who is he? What's his deal? Someone tell me.
Let me put it in
Yeah.
Avi's words. He's a stud. He's a top 5 shooter in the league. You're not going to see anyone better. Trust me. I don't know where you guys brought him from, but he's an absolute stud. If he comes, they're double-digit favorites.
He's a bucket. Who's he? Where is he?
He was playing with them before I joined. I don't know. Like last year, if you guys brought him down. Yeah, last year they brought him down.
So none of you guys know
He's
Zabrowski?
older than us. He's older than us. He went to.
He's much older than us.
Oh,
Ah,
really?
so none of you-
He's the
so
kid
none of
with
you guys-
blonde hair. He's got like blondish, reddish hair.
He might be.
Oh, how
he
old
might
is-
be a
how
Dylan
old is he?
recruit.
How old is he?
He's
Good
got to be
question.
at least. I mean, he didn't play with us in high school.
He might be like 2 or 3 years older than us.
Yeah.
So he might be
It's not much.
29, 30 probably, if I had to guess.
Little
All right, so you guys are the wrong guests to ask about Zabrowski. All right, moving on. Next. Go
Maybe we
ahead.
should just have him on, Avi. So
I would love to.
You would love to.
He's my guy now. I go through my phases of guys. With Wasser, Winter.
Because Avi just looks at like
Sharif.
the top points per game guy in basketball, and he's like, "Oh, that guy, he's my guy."
He's not-
Like there's no
70
peripheral
shots
stats.
a game.
I was saying to you guys, we were talking about it, and I'm like, I go into the stat to check, and I'm like, Noah's pulling down 19 rebounds in a game, 22 rebounds in a game. Okay, he only had 10 points, but that's never appreciated, by
Another
Avi. It's
interesting
always like,
topic we-
this guy, he had 36 points in the first half. Nobody talks
is
about
fun-
that
which is
Noah
funny,
had
which
5
is-
blocks and 20 rebounds.
Which is funny because they call me the Jewish Draymond. But anyways, another interesting thing to get into. Noah's actually trailing Ari Olsling right now by half a rebound for the league in rebounds. So that's another interesting topic. If you want, we can delve right into that because Noah and Jack.
Well, two things just before that. Two things. One is Jack, your comment. I'm copying something now. I'm copying your comment about you guys having a process in place. It's not glitzy and glamorous. Avi with his highlights is all focused on the glitz and glamour. He's
Correct.
missing a broader basketball perspective.
When you
Agreed.
play, it's the biggest thing I've been telling Avi. It's a much different game. Organized basketball versus pickup basketball.
Right. Got it. Okay, and a quick comment from Yehuda Koenig, who's watching live. I love the extra time in the halves, but I find it funny. I find that funny that 18 minutes would be too long. It's a reference from. You remember the movie Something About Mary? It's right out of the Something About Mary movie where they say 8-minute abs, and they ask, "What about 7-minute abs?" I actually didn't see that movie, but I remember it. It's probably like you guys probably weren't born then. All right, that's Robert Yehuda Koenig's boomer comment. Thank you, Yehuda. We'll be seeing you soon.
We'll actually see him at the dinner next week. The Wall Street Girl
See him at dinner
Championship
next
dinner. Yeah.
No, it's next Wednesday. No, it's the Wednesday after. I think, Avi.
A week from Wednesday.
Yeah, week from Wednesday. Okay, go ahead, Avi. I cut you off.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. Speaking of stats being more important than points, Noah Aaron's second in the league in rebounds, right behind the leading center in the league, Ari Olswing, by a half a rebound per game.
Yes, I was gonna say to that,
Wow.
like I know you guys have like all of the high level statistics in some sort of Excel file that's probably pulling crazy formulas to see. You can probably check like what about number 2 rebounder on their team versus number 2 or 3 rebounder on our team. So are we showing this? I think we're getting at the same point on all these. Like we're just talking about a total team basketball effort. Again, we're focused on one player's rebounding numbers, but what about the whole team, right? Like
Only one
if
guy
we have
never gonna win a
2 or
championship.
3 guys averaging double-digit rebounds every week versus one guy averaging 20, we have 19, 11, and 7, let's say. Which one would you pick?
But how do they handle that in the NBA? Don't they do the same thing?
Yeah, they do, but if
Doesn't
the
make it
number
right.
one goal is winning, who
Right,
cares?
right.
If you're not getting a championship at the end, who cares?
It was like that.
What?
It was like that season when Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple double. And he's the MVP regardless of if they were the number 1 seed in the West versus the number 7 seed. Like there was a whole debate. Like he's got to be the MVP because he's averaging a triple double. He's insane. But at the end of the day, like the team didn't really go anywhere, right? And so like, yeah, they made it to the playoffs, but all the people on the winning championship team were probably way more happy that they won the championship versus, hey, my point guard won MVP.
That's what Judge said last night after he won. Said I'd trade
What did he say?
all my accolades for a championship.
Right, because he won 3 of the last 4 MVPs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Wow, what a hitter he is.
Yeah, poor Aaron Judge. The guy deserves a World Series. Nice guy.
Jack, it's interesting.
Friend of mine.
I've been catching all these Dennis Rodman highlights in my feed. Such an interesting, just in terms of what you're talking about. You ever see any of these old Dennis Rodman clips? The guy would get
A
40
few of them, but
rebounds in
it's
2
before
nights.
my time.
It's before your time. The guy would get he was built different. He was nuts. He was a lunatic, but he's also a lunatic on the court. He'd get like 40 rebounds in 2 nights and have 0 points. He'd have actually
Because he knew his role on the team.
He knew his role so well.
His role was just get rebounds and defend. That was his role.
Yeah, right. So it's hard to even have flashy clips of him because it doesn't look that good when you're. I learned this expression: "Shit on flies on shit." When you're defending somebody like flies on shit, it doesn't look that cool. You're like,
Right.
there's nothing there. Okay, so
I think we've seen it. I think we've seen it on Fly this whole season because I think like Zabrowski's definitely had a 25-point game, but Ibrahimi's had a 25-point game, and so like
And
we're
Sheriff
really
had that 25.
yeah, and Sheriff has had a 25-point game.
You don't need
And
one guy to go off for 70.
so I think what we see is like we don't need that guy exactly every game. It's nice that Zabrowski can put 20 points on the board for us, and we're not complaining, and we'll take it every single week. But if there's one game where he has 12 because someone else has 25 or has a mismatch, like that's the way we're playing the game versus like just getting our number 1 scorer his shots.
Right.
They'll
All right,
come.
let's get back to your guys' history a little bit. So you play together in YCQ, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. Then you go off to Rambam. And who's older,
No.
Jack? You're a year older or Noah's a year older?
I'm a year older.
You're a year older.
I'm 27 now. Noah's only 26. He's a youngster.
So,
They're a bunch
so
of
you're saying
babies.
really
Dave, they're a
it's-
bunch of babies. They're a bunch of babies, dude.
So you're saying really it's not that you don't go, it's that Noah doesn't go anywhere. Noah doesn't make a move with
Right,
you,
Noah-
it's the other way around.
It actually
went to
seems to be
Rambam.
that way, by the way.
Noah applied to 1 high school. Noah's just like, get me
That's
to
it.
Rambam.
Jack is there.
That's it.
where I'm going.
Jack is there. I gotta be at Rambam. He showed up at the interview. He kept talking about Jack Ross, and they're like,
They had
We need
Jack
to
was the one who interviewed me.
So the basketball team, is it JV and V? Is that how they do it there?
Yeah.
So okay, so you played together again, the same thing for a year, and then had a break
Right.
for a year. There was nobody who was like, let you guys just play together. Like, wouldn't it be beneficial for the rest of the team?
Well, actually, so when I was in 11th grade, so we were solid. JV, we were solid when it was. I think we were maybe 4 and 6 or 5 and 5. When I was in 10th grade and Noah was in 9th grade, when I went up to 11th grade, so then I joined the varsity level. For whatever reason, everyone thought that it was important to focus on like SATs and ACTs, and they don't have time to play basketball or anything like that. And we were like, that's ridiculous, but whatever, it is what it is. So we actually sucked. When I was in 11th grade, we did have
what
a
did that
win.
look like practically? There was less time for practices. What did it look like?
No.
practically?
We only had 7 guys, so like we didn't have like 10
Oh, they
guys
weren't
to
even
go
on the
even.
team. They weren't even
Right,
on
like
the
they
team.
just said like we're gonna focus on school this year, and I was like, okay, we're 15, like we don't have to do that, but like to that extent. So we sucked. We were 1-13.
Wow.
We actually won our first
That's-
game of the season. And it was like a crazy back and forth, like 87-75, which is like really high scoring for a high school basketball game. 32-minute game, Avi. 8 minutes per quarter, even.
Ooh,
Quarters.
There was
Quarters.
one game- What was the game we got killed?
Well, Noah wasn't playing on that team yet, so
Who was
but-
that against? Do you remember?
YDH.
Derek
YDH.
See with Derek Hatar?
Yeah, Derek Hatora. Actually, they had a guy that played when we played in Rambam against them. We played them twice that year. The second time we played them, this guy, the gym teacher, was the basketball coach. And for the rest of the season, we had to hear it that we gave up 54 points to one player the second time around. So
That's pretty funny.
If you want to see a shooter, we'll bring him down one week.
He's better than Jason Curry?
Jason Curry definitely
The guy's
killed us in
50-something
high
years
school. That's
old
for
at
sure.
this time. He played D1.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
Um,
Jason Curry's not quite there.
No.
Jason's probably better shooter
Okay.
than him right now.
All right, we got a lot of other stuff to get to. Wait, so you guys played
But
again?
that
in
was
high
so that's in
school?
11th grade. And then when Noah came back up, he was in 11th grade. I was in 12th grade. We actually did pretty well. We were 9-5.
Did you
So
make any noise in the playoffs?
we lost in the first round.
To
The
who?
team against us made plenty of noise with their pots and pans in our gym. I don't know if you know the Rambam gym, but there's really no room for seats. And they brought their entire school. So it was like a rowdy environment.
That must have been
It was
fun,
the first
though.
Rambam
What's-
home game in quite a while for a playoff game. And talk about
Oh.
team effort. We actually had one guy. He was like our defensive guy. And we put him. He played like small forward maybe, but we put him on the point guard. And he would run around after this point guard. First quarter, point guard took a shot from the free throw line. He landed on the point guard. He broke his leg. So and then our point guard also was like went skiing and
Oh,
he hurt
boy.
his elbow. So like, our team went down in shambles and we're like, no, we can't end this way. I think somebody came off the bench actually for their team and scored 42 points in a playoff game, which is also
What
insane
school
for
was this?
YDE now.
Oh, Derek Eres. Is that Syrian?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I think
it's in five.
No, it's like. It's,
YD. Oh, you mean you moved
What?
on from YDH? YDE.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called like
YDE
Derek Eres
is-
or something. Derek
I don't
Eres
think
or
it's
something like
Syrian.
that. It's not Syrian.
Why?
Was that the coach?
No, it's not. I don't think it's.
There were definitely Syrians on that
Yeah,
team.
because that was the coach with the white hair,
YDE
coach
is
back
like the
there.
yeshivish Syrian school in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's Syrian. You
It-
might be right.
Like you have the Mag and Davids and the Flatbush, and then
Yeah,
YDE
it was
is like
it was
black
Syrian.
hat. It's like
it was
the
Syrian.
black
It was for sure
hat.
Syrian.
Yeah, I'm mixing
It's
it
the
up.
black hat Syrian. The black hat Syrian
Yeah.
in YDE.
Okay,
Yeah.
next. So then, we were already at the 38-minute mark, and I have a few more things I got to get to. So let's hustle along here. We could sit and schmooze all day. Unfortunately,
But Noah has to get back to work, so.
Noah has to get back to work.
And I gotta get back into the pool.
I actually have an 11:15 meeting. So okay, wait. So after high school, did you go to Israel, Noah?
I did. Jack did not. Fun fact.
Fun
Oh,
fact.
really? The Rambam rabbis didn't. How did you fend them off?
Well, the end result was that I was going to go
Oh, I
marry
didn't
Christina.
mean. No, I didn't mean for the reason you said before.
That was a good one,
though.
See, it all makes sense. It all circles. See, that couldn't go too far from them. It was.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, Jack. You have
Yeah.
cute 12th grade Jack. The rabbis are coming over saying you got to go learn in Israel.
Yeah.
What happens?
I said no, like I don't need to. There
You
was
already
obviously there was a
mastered the
bunch of back
Talmud.
and forths. A couple of a little bribery. Tried to bribe me to go to Israel.
What were the bribes?
We actually there was one. So there was one rabbi that he had tickets for a Knicks game really, really good seats. And he calls me up, and like when you're a senior in Rambam, the school day went till 5:50, but when you were a senior, you could get out like 4:30. So I'd go home 4:30. I'd take a nap before basketball practice, whatever. He called me up. He's like, "Let's go to the Knick game. I have tickets." I'm like, "Stop wasting it on me. Like, you're not gonna get me to go to Israel. Trust me." And so he gave it to someone else. Then the next night, he's like, "I have courtside tickets to the Nets tonight, and I'm not taking a no answer." So we went, and it had, at that point, it was the scans at the Abigail stand, so you got all the free food and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And at the end of the night, he was like, "So did we make any movement on like going to Israel for the year?" I'm like, "No, I told you, you're wasting your time." So he's like, "Okay, so I guess you're just gonna wind up marrying a Christina and moving on."
He said that?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Classic
though? Is that what
Rambam
happened, Jack?
comment.
Is your wife named?
He actually apologized to my
Christina.
parents at my wedding.
Jack's wife.
No,
name
what'd
is-
you say?
I said Jack's wife is actually, her name's Christina.
Yeah.
It actually worked out.
It worked out.
A guy
Um,
from Woodmere,
But
New
she's
York.
Jewish. But she's Jewish. She's a Jewish Christina.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
Jewish from Woodmere.
Wait, 1 second. That's crazy that he said to you, I guess you'll end up marrying a Christina.
And it's such a classic Rambam.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. Like, we learned
He's a
something.
heel.
There's this concept. It's called automatic ignore. It just goes.
But Dave, do you hear Jack said? Jack said he apologized at the wedding for.
Yeah, he
that's
actually went
crazy.
up to my
how did
parents.
that
This is
happen?
wild.
Did you tell your parents that he said that?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I was like,
So were
you
your
never
parents
believe what this
pissed?
guy said to me.
Oh,
Jack,
you hopped how ridiculous it was. in
Yeah,
first grade.
whatever. What does he know? He's not in my head,
That's what Dave does to Avi all day long. In one ear, out the other. That's the only reason he's able to put up with him. He just lets him talk and he just lets him go.
Once in a while, there are a couple of things I regret. Like once in a while, I put my foot down with Avi, and I started like it's very hard. Like the one that kills me, I bring it up to Avi every couple of days. Last year, the fall basketball
Oh, yeah.
championships ends in January, right? Like the last game is like January 4th, and then you start the season. We're buying the trophies, and Avi says, "Okay, so you put on there 2025 winter champs." So I say, "No, the season started in the fall. It's the 2024 fall champs." Avi's going on and on about how no, it's the winter. It's the winter.
Avi,
So
Avi.
I let Avi just do whatever shit he wants most of the time. You're right. I let it go in one.
I
ear,
don't
out
think
the
that.
other.
I think it was
So
similar.
I said, fine.
think
I said, fine, Avi, do it. He gives out the trophies to who won that first championship, Link. And they're
No,
like,
Dave, that wasn't it. It was very close. I mean, you're right. I was wrong on it. It was the winter season. I said since we started the winter season in 2020, it was the winter
it said
season.
winter 2024. Since the winter started
Right.
the last week of December, he said
Right.
it's winter 2024. That's what it
Right,
was, right?
exactly,
So I said, fine.
yeah.
I said, fine, Avi, do it. Whatever you want.
And then we're giving out the trophies, and everyone's like, "What the heck is going on? Did you like forget to give out trophies last year?"
So
now
that
you're
means
using
those
it out?
trophies were being given out in like April, Avi, right?
Yeah.
And it says winter 2024. Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
ridiculous. So yeah, I do let it go in one ear out the other, no, but I think sometimes I need to. The spelling,
Just
by the
put
way, I
that-
have a whole shot on the spelling, but okay, that's there another day. Okay, so you don't go to Israel, Noah.
It's nice.
What do you say?
Did you get your Yachad hours and it's nice.
Oh boy, Noah's coming in spicy today. So Noah, where do you go in Israel?
I went to Rishon.
Oh, you went to Rashid. Okay,
went to
is that a
Rashid.
common route, Rambam to Rashid? I feel like it's not.
Absolutely
Okay, so how did that happen?
That's where I wanted to go.
You were a bummy kid. You weren't living up to the Rambam standards.
I mean, the Rambam standards, like, what's the school? Not Gush. Is it Gush?
Yeah, Gush. They go to
Gush,
Gush.
and they push one other school.
Shalavim.
No.
No.
Somewhere down south also. Lathe? No. Forgot what it was.
I wouldn't know. Like, I didn't even apply to any yeshivas. Mivaseret is a big one.
Now. Yeah, I guess.
When we went, at least.
Yeah. But before that, Rambam's not like a typical. Our grade was not a typical Rambam grade.
It was a little cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were more athletic. Like
He wants to think that, Every Rambam grade tells themselves, like, oh, we weren't the typical.
No, I'm saying you guys were also like.
Yeah.
Also, you have to remember, Rambam is a much smaller pool as opposed to DRS or Hafter.
Why is that? It's a little more from. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying the grade itself is 30
Oh, it's a
to 40
small.
kids.
Oh, got it.
Each grade's only
then I'm
30
curious
there's
about
only-
that. You guys were athletic in 8th grade. Why did you go to a school that wasn't as big on the athletics?
I was just telling this someone last night. Rambam puts on an unbelievable open house. The only good thing they do.
We're both the oldest. Our parents liked like what the school had to say.
Yeah.
Also, like it wasn't like I have two
Rama?
younger
They're
sisters.
they're
They
good at
wouldn't know
sales.
my parents wouldn't know from like what would the school be and what was good. It was good for me, honestly. Like it was a
Yeah,
good
having seen
experience for
Rama
me, and
wasn't
it
good
worked.
for
And
me also, but Rama puts on an unbelievable open house.
Listen, give it to them for the sales. It's funny on that topic. I don't know if everyone saw the viral article in the newspaper going around last week where Yisrael Wasser played a game in the JSL, and they were it was saying how Wasser has cheated on his biggest fan. But the truth is, I had to sort of do the same thing. I'm not saying we have the most talented league now. No, Aaron has a lot of opinions on that, but we're definitely way, 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 way above from where we started. That first fall season, the fact that we even got to 8 teams was a complete miracle that was very much based off of me just talking up Yisrael Wasser like he is the absolute Michael Jordan or LeBron James. Sometimes you have to, and he's a great player, but sometimes you have to, you have to sell in order to get things get things going. To your point with Rambam's amazing open house, it's all credit to the sales over there. I guess that's how they get things, how they recruit everyone into their school.
So basically, Noah, you were saying Rambam has good sales.
What?
Dave, we can't
Dave,
hear
you're gonna have to
you.
repeat that.
he says
Dave, you
that
have to-
Rambam has good sales.
And wait,
Oh,
so
okay.
Avi took the opportunity to say that he's also good at sales.
to
Yeah.
boast,
That's how
to
that
boast, basically.
That's how that last conversation. That's what
Well, I
that last
wasn't trying to-
conversation was.
I was trying to plug the newspaper article that I thought was hilarious. That
Devere is so
that
funny.
Devere,
He's
amazing.
funny.
Yeah.
He's a funny man. Okay, fine.
Devere
Let's jump.
also needed a big win last night, so he brought down our old buddy and current employee Jonathan Bayaz to help his team get a big dub last night to stay in the playoff race.
Okay, so let's jump ahead here because we're running low on time. Let's talk All-Star game. First of all, Noah and Jack, are you committed to schlepping up to Muncie for an All-Star game?
No,
No. On the way.
once a year, guys. Once a year we go to
Once a
Muncie.
year.
Jack, we'll get you Smash House.
Oh, smash up! There's one down the block on Main Street. You don't have
Jack
to
can
worry
only
about going
play
that far.
ball. Jack can only play ball if he has a disgusting meal beforehand.
Yeah, it's actually a
Explain.
fun fact. Like I
Explain.
play better like if I'm gonna go and
Like, he has that,
take
like,
out on
nasty
Grill Point as
shawarma.
opposed to eating like a
He
I don't know,
can't-
something
You
at
don't
home.
puke? You don't puke?
Grill
That's so
point
weird.
steaks.
no.
Wow. How long before? Like, do you need any digestion period?
Within the hour.
Yeah, usually give it an hour.
1
Jack
hour.
needs, like,
That's all
yeah.
you need.
Like,
Yeah.
Jack's
Wow.
gotta, and this has been since 6th grade. Jack's got to have a nasty meal beforehand. Like,
Yeah, like Pizza Professor cinnamon sticks before a game. Well, I'm guaranteed 20 points.
Also, if you know Jack is airballing in warm-ups, he's good to go for the game. That's like his thing. If he's eating nasty and airballing, that he's good.
So you guys both play inside mostly?
Yeah.
But Jack has-
I
Jack
play more
more of a
block to
shooter than you?
block, and Noah plays more
I
from
did
like
more, like,
the
elbows.
top of the key.
Yeah,
elbow, free throw
I was
line.
gonna say, Noah's at the elbow. Noah's at the elbow. Noah also extends a little more than Jack. Noah
I have
will
no interest
take
in
a lot
gaming
more.
anymore.
I usually take 1-3 a game just to say that I can take a 3 during the game, but like
Yeah,
my
Noah's shooting
shot
a lot
radius
more.
is usually about 6 feet from.
I don't want to
What
get into
is-
the whole
what is
reffing
block-
situation right now. I'm past the stage where I'm too busy.
Well,
to
we
get-
better watch out because we got Big Don DON coming down on Sundays now. So HSL is taking it up to another level starting very shortly.
Good thing I think we don't have any more Sundays.
Have you ever
They
seen
don't
it?
play on Sundays.
Have you ever seen
Koenig
Big
said-
Don, by the way?
in the videos?
Oh, but not in person. He's actually really good. He's a professional. But anyways, you'll
He
see
said,
hopefully in
he
the
said something
playoffs.
funny. the other day.
Actually,
He said,
funny enough, Avi, we played on Sunday night and we didn't have Big Don, so I don't even know if he's real.
No. He was away.
He might be
Starting
a Jeffrey AI tool.
Actually, this week, Big Don is doing both Sunday. This week, Big Don is doing both Sunday and Thursday because he usually works at UPS at nights during the week, but he's off. He's on vacation, so he's actually doing Thursday this week.
Thursday.
Huh. I'm not playing. Yeah, he's fake.
He's fake.
Oh, you're not playing? Oh, all right.
Koenig says every grade at Rambam thinks they're not the typical grade, which is, I think, what you guys were.
Was
saying
Koenig a
last-
Rambam kid? I think so, right?
He went to Rambam. Oh, sorry. He said he went to Rambam. Yeah.
Yeah, Koenig was a Rambam kid.
See?
Someone Ross also.
So it didn't
went to
change
Rambam.
over. We're talking about he probably graduated 15,
He's
20 years. So,
49. More. He
Yeah, so-
graduated 30 years ago. 30
so yeah. So I was gonna say 15, 20 years before us, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
Dave, what
so
were you saying about our
it hasn't
conversation with
changed
Don?
over 20-year period.
Oh, Don, he said something funny. He's like, I really like the league. There's a lot of talent. The guys really try hard. He's like, and then he's like, yeah. I said, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, a lot of talent. He's like, for a white league. I just thought it was so funny. So then I was asking him. I was like, what is it about the black guys? Their size? He's like, no, they're also just more athletic. They just their bodies are just more. They just have more athletic bodies, not just the size. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, so let's get to this All-Star game potential. So Jack, if we get Jack cinnamon sticks, it's cheaper than
You're gonna have to get Jack a lot more than cinnamon sticks. To go.
Who do you who's your starting five? Let's start with Noah. Who's your starting five? No, not starting five. Let's give it. How many did we do with Jeffrey? Oh, we didn't even get to.
You did a starting five, but like it's tricky now.
Jeffrey did a starting
Are
five
we
and then a
excluding
roster of
ourselves
12.
or are we including ourselves?
No. If you believe let's start with Noah. But if you believe you're in the starting five, put yourself in the starting five. Do it, Noah.
I don't know everyone in the league, and I don't know names. Probably.
Yeah,
I know
Jack would probably be better at this. Yeah.
I know Face is much better.
I sent you the roster pretty much.
Yeah, Jack basically wrote it out. Jack basically wrote it out already.
Oh yeah, let me pull it up. Oh, this would be spicy.
I sent you the roster, and I think we missed one guy, Avi, right? Like I think.
No, I think we got the last. I think we added the last two at the end.
Did I add him? Did I add him into the text? I added it.
I think so. We got to get into. I'm very curious what you guys think about the Silver Key team because you guys had a very tight battle against them.
I got it, but you don't put in.
I didn't do a starting five, but I said that's the roster.
First of all, why are we schlepping out to Muncie all the time? Why can't they come to us?
They don't want to. They won't do it.
They're very stuck up.
First of all,
seriously, and I hope Yitz is listening to this. He's like, your gym, the
gym is not great.
I know, but he's like, the 3 points are too small, and then he's like,
he's like, oh,
there's a lot of politics. He's like, how are we going to get 7 guys? I'm like, are you guys so sensitive? If they get left off the team, they get left off the team. And then we're talking to Jeffrey about it. He's like, just make longer games, and you could get more guys in. You know, like so they're very. I don't know. He's got a lot of problems. That's why we're schlepping up to Muncie.
The other question, by the way, when it comes to the All-Star, the starting five, is this going to be an NBA All-Star game where you really just want 5 guys that are going to just shoot and no defense, or are we talking about like you're coming to a game, you want your 5, you know, like real, we're gonna play hard.
Jack, you and Noah both sold me by that HSL MSL softball game. I couldn't even breathe. I was so nervous. If this happens, this is a must. This is not. It's not a fun.
How is it? Ellie Race is ever. 1 second. Ellie Race comments. Your gym is mini.
It is mini. The gym is it's literally a middle school gym. We play in a middle school gym.
So 1 second. Is that the length and the width are problematic?
Yeah, sure. For a bigger team,
it's the width more than the length. It's the width more than the length.
How many feet is the length, and how many is like typical for this kind of league? You get what I'm saying?
Bigger.
You don't know.
It's the width more than the Dave. It's the width. It's the width more than the length. I can tell the length isn't crazy. The width is bad.
Team, right? We're a bigger team. Think about
Doesn't Dom have like a measure for the pitcher's mound? Like, can't he just bring that to the gym? You guys can figure it out once and for all. Like, how much smaller this is than a regular gym.
It's the first I'm hearing of this. It's the first I'm hearing of this. I don't.
Think about it though. Like, our team's a big team. Think about how much of a difference it would make if the court was 2 to 3 feet wider.
Yeah, correct. It's a big difference. Yes, 100%. It's hard to find gyms. It's extremely difficult to find gyms, especially in the areas we're looking at. You know, our location is amazing. It's 20 minutes or less, 25 for us from everybody. You know, you want to go to the 5 towns, great, but then you miss out on all Queens and a lot of Great Neck and a lot of. We're able to captivate so many cultures.
The issue is with Queens that there's not a big pool of big gyms there.
Well, we're not in Queens. We're just as far from 5 towns, a lot of 5 towns, as you are from Queens for the most part. 25 minutes from both. Same thing from Great Neck and the city. That's why we have so many, you know, a lot of guys from Great Neck playing in 5 towns and a lot of Bukharians from Jamaica States and from Kew Garden Hills and from.
You're right there.
You know,
you're right by the. You're in a great location. Just the gym isn't an amazing gym.
Correct. I wish we could find it. Yeah, I wish we could find a bigger one for basketball.
I have your list of 10.
You want me to break it down to 5?
No. I don't have the other 2. You said you ended up with 12 on there.
No, I think we had an 11th that we spoke about. Let me see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The Avi texted one that I forgot, but anyways.
Let's go through. Let's go through these 10.
Okay, the 10 I have are Jack Ross, Zabrowski, Noah Aaron, Yisrael Wasser, Ariel Swang, Shimmy David, Tzvi Winter. Is Tzvi Winter going from Lakewood to Muncie? No,
by the way, which is one thing, like, because if we're not going to include it, we're not going to. We spoke about like we wouldn't include Sharif. Like, are we including Winter as like a HSL guy? If he's going to play just the minimum to get qualified, that's the question.
I wouldn't give.
Dax claims Winter's a.
Like if
Is
he's
it
a
what?
regular,
No?
fair. If he's not a regular, then I would do it for like the league. For the league, I think I have like what the 5 would be. I'll give you the 5. I think the 5 would be
Wait, let me finish the
Yeah,
list
yeah, okay.
lest anybody get insulted. After 2 winter, Elad Navon, George, I don't know his last name, and Lior Cabrera. Lior Cabrera is Jewish, by the way, because Lior is a very Jewish name, but Cabrera is a very
Yeah,
non-Jewish
his
name.
mom's Israeli. His mom's Israeli. He's Jewish. Yes. His mom
Oh,
is
I think
okay.
Israeli.
what was
Is
the
his
what was the
dad
last
Ju-
one, Avi?
Well, there
There's
was.
one-
I think you added on. What's his face from also from
maybe-
Silver Key.
Yeah,
What's
we
his name again
added.
for Silver Key? He's like
Yeah,
the Draymond
that,
Green
like,
of
the
of,
Draymond
of,
Green, another Draymond Green, our favorite NBA.
he averages like
Jason-
7. He averages like 7, 10,
No,
and 13 every
Dimitri,
single
Dimitri,
game.
Dimitri.
Oh,
Oh, that was the
Dimitri.
guy
Oh,
who
J-
told.
oh, he
that was
said
the guy
Jason
who
and
told
Dimitri.
Zabrowski, "We're not here to be friends and have fun."
Yeah, exactly. And then I
Wait,
think
who said
Pacey
this?
Jacoby also. I think it was Pacey who you added as a 12th, if I'm not mistaken, Jack. Could be
Right,
I'm
like
wrong.
if we needed to get a 12th guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So let's break it down to 5 here. No, out of these 12, Jack, what do you guys think? What's the top 5?
I'll
What's
give
the
I'll give you
starting
my 5, assuming that Winter we're not including him as like HSL blood.
Okay.
I think I would go me, Noah, Zabrowski, Wasser, and Jason as the starters.
That's 3 from your team.
Yeah, and
Wow,
we're the
okay, no,
we're the number 1 team.
Yeah, no. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, I would agree
Okay.
with that. I'm looking at the list here.
Who are the other 2? Wasser and who?
Jason.
Jason,
Oh, yeah, I don't know who this Jason guy is.
Abraham.
And I don't think
Wait,
it's like
it was
so
what-
far
wait,
off of like, like I'm not saying that like this is like by far and
Who's
away
the
the top 5. I think Jason,
Who's the-
Zabrowski, Wasser,
or
me,
Zabrowski?
and Noah. But I
Oh, so
think that
4
like
so-
that whole list that I sent you is
3, right.
is interchangeable,
You could interchange anyone on this list.
which is why I
You'd
think
have-
it's a difficult
you'd have
question
that-
to say who's the 5. But if you replace Noah for All-Swing, me for All-Swing, or Elad
My thoughts
for
on the
Wasser,
All-Star
I don't think
game-
it's a thing.
I was telling Dubbin for the All-Star game potentially. I mean, obviously there are always people better than others, but I think a very good, and could be, again, I'm a basketball guy. I'm not a big basketball guy. I'm softball. I feel like a good approach could sort of be to sort of stop laughing, to sort of run.
No, I'm laughing at
to
something
sort of-
Ellie Race wrote. I'm laughing at something Ellie
Oh.
Race wrote. Sorry. Go ahead. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think a good idea would be, especially if you could extend it to like 2 24-minute halves to allow more playing time, to sort of build
Great
two
idea.
starting fives that mesh well together and sort of
Great
move
idea.
them in and out and then see what mixes and matches. That was just my thoughts in order to, I don't know.
I would do it a
Could be
little
I'm wrong.
different.
Could be-
I wouldn't do it that extreme, but something in that way. No,
We
Ellie
actually
Race-
and we played. Yeah, okay, good.
He said your gym is mini. I'm surprised more guys don't pull up from half court LaMelo style.
That's why Ibrahimi. That's
So
all he
Ibrahimi
does.
thinks that he's him.
Ibrahimi thinks if he could, he'd pull it from the opponent's 3-point line.
By the way, you should have seen the other gym. Dak, you played in the other gym. The other gym is half the size
Yeah.
of this gym.
It's
Yeah,
small.
I played once there. It's like on that highway, off the highway or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other gym is much smaller than this gym. Common
Yeah,
Point.
actually,
It's half the
I
size.
think I think me and Jack have only played against each other a handful of times. I think that was the one place we played against each other.
I think we only play in small gyms against each other. That Lawrence Middle School.
Lawrence Middle
Yeah, I was
School.
gonna say, Dave. I think it was a pretty easy decision for Jack also
Well,
to go to the
Lawrence
Live
Middle School is
Vipers.
better than Hartoro.
Lawrence
Lawrence
Middle,
Middle-
yeah.
Still better than Hartoro.
What-
It's longer. I think it might be more narrow even, which is like
No, I think it's
crazy.
the same.
But
I think it's the same.
you think
width.
so? I think it might
Lawrence
be
Middle
even
is
a
where
little bit
JS.
more.
Is that where JSL plays?
One of the gyms.
But,
like
but
Lawrence
doesn't
Woodmere
Lawrence
Academy
Middle
is
doesn't
better
Lawrence
gym.
Middle run out of air conditioning when it comes to championship games? Isn't that?
Both gyms don't have air conditioning in the JSL. That I don't know. I haven't played in August game in HSL
Wasn't there a
basketball.
debacle in the championship game? I heard from somebody that there.
Yeah, but that was in June.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
guys. I got a
Last
meeting
week.
in. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I said there was AC last week.
Oh, there is. Okay, I
Oh,
got to
okay.
go in a few minutes. So 2 more things to get to. Number one is, can we talk a little bit about the Silver Key? Jeffrey Salmanov, great guy. He's apparently really good at making AI videos of himself eating W's. But some say his clock and player management in crunch time is a little bit lacking. Can you guys comment on that?
Well, there were 2 turning points in that game against Silver Key.
No, were you there for that game
one-
against Silver Key?
Oh, I baited the guy into the technical.
One was well, I was talking about just from Jeffrey's standpoint. One was that he got a rebound. He a very quality box out, and he said, "You a small ass." I won't use the next word.
Did it start with an N?
Yes.
Yes.
And then the second, so that was one where it's like, all right, like no offense, Jeff. Like that was a good box out, but you're like 5'5". And then the other was they went on like, it was a close game back and forth at that point. We closed the gap and they went on like a 6 or 8-0 run. And he was just like, do you guys want me to call timeout for you? Like, looks like you guys are a little tired. And then, yeah, he ate those words pretty quickly. I haven't seen an AI video of him eating that yet though. So maybe you should make one. But
I'll post it.
Clip
eating that
this
one.
video, Dave. What a video to clip.
I'm gonna clip it. No,
but
love
I do
Jeffrey.
have to give him credit because I was in his top 5. I was in his starting 5. So
That's the thing about Jeffrey.
no
I
love
realize,
lost
like,
there.
It's an unusual thing where his trash talk, to me at least on the outside, seems like he's a genuinely good-hearted person. Like he's not a bitter guy, and like he's so out there with his trash talk, like it's so over the top, like making that video, like he has to put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, you could tell it's like his trash talk is not coming from a bad place. It's really just to bring a little fire to the game versus like sometimes it's just like this guy might actually punch me in the face.
Because he came up to us after the game and he was apologizing for one of the other guys. Like it's a genuine I'm here to have fun joking around type.
By the way, it's classic me. I've missed like 4 games out of the 50 games played so far, and one of the 4 I missed is probably the best game of the season.
Sorry, Avi.
Avi got no love. He was hoping for us to be like, yeah, like he just.
I missed last night also, by the way, but it was apparently wasn't such great games. There was a bunch of blowouts last night, except for Gottlieb's team who lost by 3.
Yeah, that's a shame. We'll probably miss the playoffs now, right? How many wins does Goldfarb have?
Goldfarb was 2. I think you guys are.
Oh, so if we beat them next week, we're in.
You beat them the first time, right?
Yeah, if we beat them next week, we're in the playoffs.
Oh,
what day are you playing? No, you want to play? You don't qualify for the playoffs.
It has to be approved. It has to be approved by the commissioner. It has to be approved by the commissioner.
Wow. Robert Koenig, I've played softball with Jack for 5 years, I think, and I never heard him talk. I mean, ever. This is awesome.
Dave, I think
Jack
you said the same thing in the chat when we were talking about this before the podcast when we were like just scheduling it. I think you had the same line.
You mean
about me talking or
Yeah, I did. I forgot that. That's funny, actually. Yeah, you have a very quiet persona. So before we go, this is too much fun. We should do it again next Friday. Who is the number? Noah and Jack, we got dueling center fielders here. Who is the number 1 in the power rankings for the spring softball? And I'll give you my sheet on this. Jack. My sheet on this is that the Bombers the last 2 years went to Game 3 of the championship. 2 years ago, lost on ironically, a ground ball to Michael Pfeiffer, who got a lot of attention for his ground ball the other day. And a rejuvenated Yehuda Koenig. And I don't know. I feel like they might be the team to beat. I don't know how.
Wait, Dave, you didn't say who they lost to. You didn't say who they lost. You didn't say who they lost to.
Oh, and they took Avi to 3. They took Avi to.
You're gonna boost Avi's ego right now. I was just saying we killed them. We didn't kill them. Obviously, gonna be like we played solo. We didn't play well. Obviously, like I was unbelievable. He wasn't.
So I mean, listen. I would say it like this way, right? Yeah, go ahead, if you have, right, let's say the Dodgers would have lost that World Series that just passed. Are they not going to be the number 1 in the power rankings next year? I would still say that's kind of like, the best team. Yeah, you expect them to win. We're going for the win.
They haven't won for 2 years. Winning a championship is everything. They haven't won for 2 years. They're the old men, and they're the old men in the barn right now. They got to dig their way up.
The old men in the barn.
Teams have built. Myself. Props to me and props
then,
to
Avi, according to you, maybe Gordon Companies or whatever they're going to be called next year. So then maybe the Bombers are 3 in your power rankings, Avi.
Yeah, they are. It would be us 1, Gordon 2, and Bombers 3.
No, what are your thoughts on
that? But why would Gordon be 2? Because they won 2 years ago? Like they lost in the playoffs last year.
Dave, yeah, you sped me up. Sorry. The Gordon was a dysfunctional franchise last year, and until they see them in pro, I would put them at 3.
That's Kaufman.
Kaufman, Nenner, who else is on that team?
What are your thoughts?
I think Jackson.
Who's number? You think what?
The Bombers are much better. Not much better. They're better than
No. So what are your thoughts about your team versus the Bombers being number 1 in the power rankings? Who do you think?
You just said it. I think the Bombers are better.
No, he was talking about Gordon Companies.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's obvious at the very least.
I don't think it's
Avi. What
not.
do
I
you
don't think it's like a straight like.
Our fielding, I mean, forget me for a second. In all seriousness, our fielding, it's impossible to get better. Our defense
Fielding is
is
very good.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
So-
We turned $5 plays a game. There's nothing hitting the gaps in the outfield. It's unbelievable. It's
Our
amazing. Even guys
fielding
like
is very good.
But the issue is
A guy-
that if Avi's throwing meatballs over the plate, you could have the best fielding out there. But like
Yeah,
I don't know, like I think that if Ariel
yes.
Cohn was the pitcher, I think this would hands down be number one in the power rankings. But the fact that Avi's
By the
still
way,
on the
I would
mound
put
to
the-
start
I
the
would put
season,
the-
I think that we might have to put them too.
I would
Matt
possibly
was
put the
nice, by the
Robins-
way. He was just like, yeah, Avi's the best. But like, deep down, I feel like Matt plays behind Ariel more than Avi. So I was surprised that he didn't just say like, yeah, Ariel's the better pitcher today.
I'm wondering if I was still off the podcast. Because I went off right before, and I went on right before he gave his answer. I was wondering if he'd give the same answer if I was still off the podcast due to my Wi-Fi issues. I would probably put the Robins over Gordon Companies also. By the way, they just looked so dysfunctional last year. They're just all over the place. They were,
What do you mean dysfunctional? They took the
didn't-
Bombers to 3 games in the semis, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, but they still look dysfunctional during the regular season. I think we're better than the Bombers. I think it's very close, but we're just younger, we're faster, we're better in the field. Hitters, they're probably better, but
the younger in softball doesn't mean you're better. If you have a guy like Glennon who's just ripping base hits every at bat, it doesn't matter. You could have the best field.
athleticism matters.
If they're placing the ball perfectly and they're just hitting easy singles every time, doesn't matter what type of field you have.
All
Right,
guys,
athleticism
I'm running late.
matters though.
I'm
Taking
running late for a
extra
meeting, so-
bases and it'll be a good battle. Well, when are we having these power rankings, Dave? You should know. So
No, I just
registration's
like
will be
the
opening in a
hot.
few weeks.
The
Avi's
power
itching
rankings
to
will
start softball. He wants softball to start February 1st.
Especially now that he's in Florida, he's just like, wait, why are we not? Yeah, exactly. Why are we not
while I
playing
have you
February?
guys here-
Softball's just getting started down here in South Florida.
Well, I have you guys here. I have just one quick question. I was just talking to Avi about, we started softball in the middle of March because in the old days, and the old guys will tell you this, they used to do the championships in September, which I think is, for all the shit about the early start to the season, in my opinion, playing semis and champs in September after like a 6 to 8 week break is just like takes all the juice out of it personally. So I prefer this model. So I was saying to Avi, though, what about in March and early April? Why do the games need to be at 8 and 10 a.m.? I understand people want to spend time with their families on Sunday. I get that, especially when the weather is nicer.
Yeah,
Why
I think
not?
I don't.
2 weeks, 2 weeks out of the whole calendar. You Jack, you're playing sports stuff 5 nights a week sometimes.
Nights
You
are
tell me-
different.
Yeah, but
Nights
like
are
the baby
Nights- you
sleeping,
can't-
or
you can't
you know,
rationalize with your wife. There's no way you can rationalize. Hey, I'm gonna go out for 5 hours in the middle of the day. There's just no way you.
my
can.
wife's argument about the sporting leagues, by the way, is not that like, okay, yeah, the game itself might only be an hour and a half, but like,
It's
living in Queens, you're driving to Bay Park or
You're
wherever
out
the case
for
might be.
2+
So it's,
hours.
40 minutes on the way there, 40 minutes on the way back, hour and a half game. You're not out for an hour and a half. So I'm like,
It's a tough.
Fine,
Yeah,
so
so
we're
you
just
guys
gonna-
are nixing
fine, so
the
we're-
idea.
Then
No,
we'll
what
be
I might
playing-
do is Ariel Cohn.
Then we'll
very
be
good
playing
at is,
38
No,
degrees Sunday morning.
Ariel Cohn was good at sending out. When you're captain of in an Ariel Cohn run league, he sends out a Google form at the beginning of the season with like a lot of potential hawks. Like Tisha B'av is on a Thursday. Can you play that Wednesday night or Tuesday night? Like he goes through every variable. Maybe that's just something we'll put in. Would you like to?
Yeah, I mean,
could
if you
play-
have a team that wants to play it a different way, give them the option. Why not?
Maybe that's what I'll do. There's also one benefit, which is that we have a beautiful turf field in Queens, which is available all day at the end of March. That would be nice to utilize for those 2 Sundays or 3 Sundays, really. I don't
Gorgeous
think you guys
field.
ever played there. I don't think you guys ever played
No.
there. It's actually in Forest Hills, Noah. My wife discovered it. We were driving by. Yeah. It's called, what was it called? Victory Field, Avi? Something like that.
Victory Park, I think.
It's bizarre, Noah. Like,
Where
my
is
wife,
it?
it's
in
off of
Iran. It's
Woodhaven.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like
Hold on.
in the 60s, like far, like down, like low 60s.
Hold on. Victory Field, Forest Park. Address, Woodhaven, New York. It's at the intersection of, let's see here. This is fun content. It's at the intersection of Myrtle Avenue and Woodhaven Boulevard.
Also,
It's right off of the Jackie. It's right off
Yes,
of the
it's
Jackie.
up. It's all the way up.
Yeah, so it's up by 80s, 83rd,
Yeah, it's
83rd.
up.
If I recall, it's
Yeah.
like a 15-20 minute drive from Kew Garden Hills.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah,
really
but
good. So
You hit the
those-
lights, it's like a half hour.
I've hit the lights. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I'm officially 6 minutes late for my meeting. This was much fun. Jack, Noah, good luck in the championship
Thank
or
you for
the
having
semis.
us.
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't get ahead
We
of
still have to,
ourselves.
we still gotta go through
Yeah,
every round of the
they haven't
playoffs.
even
It's
locked
not
down
like,
they haven't even locked down the bye yet, Dave. Let them lock down the bye.
yeah, I
first
think
before-
there's a
let
couple
them
good
get
teams in
Sharif.
there, so we
Let
still
them get
gotta.
Sharif to qualify for the playoffs